Hey everyone, welcome to Planet FB2X, where I live and breathe Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle every day, at least until I run out of stamina. So in today's video, I just wanted to do something a little different actually. I usually, I'll talk about JP normally, but I normally wouldn't put out a video on JP specific content. But in this case, I felt it was kind of necessary actually. This new LR Jiren that came out and the EZA mostly for the SDR Toppo over the AGL Dispo EZA, but the Toppo EZA that came out is insane as well, and they go hand in hand as they've liked to do recently, at least mostly on JP, with the cards that they release together. So I just wanted to go over them relatively quickly and just let you guys know what they're all about and what they do and how I feel about them, where they rank maybe among other top tier units. So yeah, let's just go ahead and hop right in. And so he is a tech unit, and he's powerful influence Jiren full power. He's super, and his leader skill is Universe 11, category key plus 3, HP attack and defense 170%. So pretty good. And then his sub leader skill is Universe Survival Saga, key plus 3, HP attack and defense 150%. So also a really good sub skill, or sub leader skill. So he's got two super attacks, of course, since he's an LR. His 12 to 17 key is the Heat Wave Magnetron. It causes colossal damage to the enemy and it lowers defense. And then his Omega Heat Magnetron it causes mega colossal damage and massively lowers defense with a medium chance of stunning the enemy. His passive skill, so get ready because this is where it gets absolutely bonkers. His passive skill is attack and defense 200%. Already that alone is really, really good. So key plus 1 with each attack received up to 5. So if you're running him as a lead and say he gets hit twice before he even attacks, before any links, before grabbing any key, he would be at 6 plus 2, so 8. 8 key before even picking anything up and any of your links being active. Attacks effective against all types when the target enemy is in attack down or defense down status. Performs a critical hit on stunned enemies as well. So altogether, he can make his own he can trigger his own passive skill, I'm pretty sure, which alone is insane. And then he's on top of all of this, he's got an active skill too. So he gets another attack and defense plus 30%. All enemies attack and defense minus 30% and stuns them for 1 turn. Can be activated after receiving 5 attacks, only once. You can possibly activate this the second time he comes out. The second time he comes out on the field, you might be able to activate this already if he got hit 5 times. Which he also got 5 key from, by the way. So keep that in mind as well. His link skills are Supreme Warrior, Shocking Speed, Infighter, Godly Power, Tournament of Power, Fierce Battle, and Legendary Power. So Tournament of Power, any unit that you're running from his 2 leader skills are going to 95%, if not higher, have Tournament of Power. Pretty sure all of them will have Tournament of Power, in fact. His links are pretty good. They're not insanely good, but keep in mind that he is going to do insanely well next to this guy right here, who just got his Extreme Z Awakening, actually. His leader skill is Complete Fodder still. All types key plus 3, HP attack and defense, 80%. But that's not why we want to run him anyway. He causes supreme damage to the enemy and raises allies' attacks by 30% for 1 turn with his super attack. And his passive skill Alright, get ready. Attack and defense 70%. All allies key +1, attack and defense plus 40%, and all enemies defense minus 70%. He also reduces damage received by 40% if your HP is below 70%. This is what I'm looking at right here. Defense minus 70. So that's just his passive skill. He comes out, that triggers. Guess what? All this is active now. All of it. And Jiren's a beast. Right? So you run them next to each other. You can even put Toppo in the first rotation and it doesn't matter. He's gonna probably tank everything relatively well. He's also gonna raise his buddy Jiren's attack by 30%, which is it's not the craziest buff, but it'll definitely help, right? And then he's also giving him another 40% here with his passive skill as well. So overall, that's 70% extra to Jiren, who already gets 200% from from his passive skill, right? So moving on, the next card I'm going to talk about is the new banner unit. It's a Toppo, actually, that awakens into the Pride Troopers here. So his leader skill is Universe 11 or Special Pose category, key +3. HP attack and defense 120. His super attack is Justice Formation, and it causes supreme damage to the enemy, and it lowers attack and defense. So again, you could even put this guy in the first slot, right? And he will trigger Jiren's passive again. So his passive skill is attack and defense plus 110%, and plus an additional attack and defense 110% when there are 3 or more Universe 11 category allies on the team. So again, you want to run all these guys together. You put them on the same team, on Jiren's team, and you're going to have a really, really good time because you're not going to take any damage and you're going to put out an insane amount of damage too. So moving on, he also his guard is active against all attacks when there is another Universe 11 category ally attacking in the same turn. So again, run them together. What do you get? You get 3 units that don't take damage, and I wouldn't say they're gonna. The Jiren is gonna be the one to deal all the damage there. It's not gonna be Toppo Pride Troopers or the EZA Toppo as much, but they're both buffing that Jiren, so they're gonna help his damage output so much more. Continuing on, his passive skill isn't over yet, so moving on, he's got more. It's he has guard activated against all attacks when there is another Universe 11 category ally attacking in the same turn, and then Universe 11 category allies key +3 and attack and defense plus 30%. Again, more buffs for his friend Jiren. Jiren is just going to be, I think he might be able to put up the highest numbers in the game. Possibly. That'd have to be tested, but I'm pretty sure his numbers are going to be higher than anybody else's within this rotation. And if not higher than anybody else's, very close to the top. I don't know. Int Rose can do a lot of damage, but I think this Jiren just kind of threw that Rose under the bus, even though he's got type disadvantage. But remember that he's just got attacks effective against all types whenever he's next to either of those Toppos, who are helping out a lot as well. I think the numbers that we're going to see from this Jiren are insane, especially in events, easier story events as such, and maybe early easy A's and stuff like that. His numbers are going to be just through the roof, and it's going to be like something we haven't really seen before. So there's still one more card that I wanted to talk about here, and it's the Justice Experts Caserol. Pride Troopers. So this is still a different name, so you can run them on the team as well. They're a free-to-play card, actually, that you can farm from this right here. It's a story event that came out recently on JP. So yeah, you can farm them, you can get the medals, and you can awaken them. So their leader skill is fodder, as most free-to-play units, except for maybe Krillin. Krillin's got a relatively good leader skill, but his category is beyond terrible. Moving on. So super class key, +3, HP attack and defense, +40%. Their super attack, United Justice Stream, raises defense. That is by 30% for 99 turns. So they stack defense infinitely. That's a great feature on any free-to-play unit. Great for legendary Goku events and infinite Dragon Ball history. It's great for those because you can just, if you want to stack certain units, free-to-play cards, for example, you can try your best to avoid super attacking with the units that don't stack but hold up defensively early, and super attack more or as much as you can with your stackers early, right? That way you can stack early, and later on you won't be taking as much damage as if you kind of, finished off all the early stages as quickly as you could. So moving on, their passive skill is Vow with Sworn Friends. It gives them attack and defense +80%. It's not bad for a free-to-play. And then plus an additional attack and defense +40% when there is another Universe 11 category ally attacking in the same turn. So once again, you should be running all of these Universe 11 units together, especially that the Jiren has a relatively good leader skill. Relatively good. He has a really good leader skill, and that they're just going to keep adding to this category, to this category especially. I'm going to go over it in a second because it's not going to take any longer than 2 or 3 minutes since it's so small right now. So you know that they're going to be adding more to this. But they also give Universe 11 category allies 1 key and attack and defense +30%. So they're a support type unit, and they're not gonna hit too hard, but they can stack their defense, which is good. And again, they're giving 1 key and attack and defense +30. So quickly, let's just go over the team, which includes a whole lot of maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different cards. So it's very, very limited. This is definitely the most limited team. But if you have all of these units, it's going to be you're going to have a real fun time. And you can run both of these Jirens, because this is just absolute power Jiren, and this is full power Jiren here. So you can run both of them on the same team without an issue. So anyways, guys, that's gonna do it for the video. I hope you guys hear me out and maybe actually throw some summons at this banner. Even though it is a legendary banner, I would actually advise to throw some stones at it, especially if you don't have the other units that are featured on the banner. I would throw some stones at it. But yeah, that's going to do it for me, guys. Thanks for checking out the video. Feel free to leave a like, comment, or to subscribe to the channel. Shout out to the first 3 people that subscribed. It makes me feel really good, and I hope you guys are enjoying all the content, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.